Have you ever glanced at somebody's photo and immediately wanted to know more about them? Has that ever happened to you? I once came across a website of a woman coach. The website wasn't really finished. Almost none of the functionality was working, but the main photo on her page left such an impression on me that I ended up later Googling her, trying to find out more information about her. I was just so obsessed, and the website wasn't providing me any satisfaction. I remember I came back a couple of times later in the month, checking whether the website got updated. I was hooked. I needed to know more about what she does. That's the impression that she left on my unconscious mind. It grabbed onto something inside there and it made me want more. Has this ever happened to you? I don't know. Is it just me? Years later, when I finally discovered what I'm about to tell you, now I know that it was something about that photo that got me hooked so deeply. It was nothing to do with her. I wish I had saved the photo just to show it to you now, but of course it's long gone and I never thought that I'd need it later. It's now that I'm saving all these screenshots of everything, just in case. At that time, I thought it was her. I thought there was something about her that I was so attracted to. It was weird. But now, years later, I only remember the feeling that the photo stirred up in me. It's as if it made me experience some kind of a longing for something, some kind of a dream. But what it made me believe consciously was that she told me that she was doing this and that, and I believed her and I needed to find out more. Knowing what I know now and what I'm about to share with you, I realized that it had nothing to do with the woman herself. It was the way her photo was taken. And knowing those times, it was probably an accident too. It's just that she happened to wear something triggering me and her hair was so perfectly messy in the wind. I remember that part. And maybe she had this interesting look on her face that could only describe someone far away in thoughts and dreams, anticipating something good, you know? Something like that. I don't even remember. Anyway, long story short, a couple of years ago, I began using this very simple framework while creating photos for my brand photography clients. And I've been loving what we're getting. The simple premise of this framework is to stimulate viewers' senses unconsciously and consciously, and to trigger their own memories and dreams. That's all. It's that simple. One thing that you have to realize that without planning this in advance, it's difficult to implement some of these techniques on the spot if you're just taking random photos, if you're just walking around and, oh, that's a nice background, let's do this. It doesn't quite work that way. This needs to be a part of your content planning process. So for example, if you're like me, shooting photos on the go all the time because you need content on an ongoing basis, it's selfies, it's whatever, it's just a matter of perfecting the skill and surrounding yourself with objects in such a way that there's always something handy available to add to your photo composition. And this skill will develop with use. It will develop with time. As you plan your first shoot with a professional or with your assistant or an employee, as you plan more and more content over time, you'll find that it has become a second nature. So in reality, this isn't a rocket science at all, and it's natural to us as humans. You just haven't learned it yet. And if you're ready to dive in with me and learn how I create impactful photos to my clients, check below or the link in my profile, depending on where you're watching this, and join me for the sensational photo content challenge. The details are in the link. I hope to see you inside.